taking a while for it to hook. Maybe I have to complete that quest before I can have access to that
Sorry,
portal.
Ken.
Oh, and then there's the spire too, huh? Okay.
Sorry, Ken.
Wait, I can just do, this. So he wanted me to look for this mage. Oh, I have to go to Lithian's Crossing. Melita. Okay. Daddy's wife. Almost gone. Wait. There's a hole there. Okay, so where's this Melita? Helena. So should I know my Ford music? Helena. For a Melita. That's a very strange name. Melita.
Sorry, Ken.
Don't tell me Melita is in one of these other. I was gonna say she can't be in one of these houses because that's a little too much work. A slender woman picks through produce in a carried sack. Her hands appear focused on finding a particular piece of fruit, but her eyes are intent on the other shoppers in the marketplace below. The man passes by her, accidentally dropping a pouch as he goes. She bends down to retrieve it and hands it back to him. Careful, you almost lost this. He takes the pouch with a blushing smile and promptly walks away, clutching the pouch close to his side. The woman spots your approach as the man walks by. Greetings, how may I be of service? Steps close and loom menacingly. Yes. No need to search me, Fate Binder. I've got nothing worth. As she flourishes her hand to gesticulate her point, a slip of parchment slides out of her sleeve. She grabs the sheet out of the air, and with sudden burst of reflexes, and looks at you with a red-handed smile. I forgot I had that there. We're just gonna kill her. We need information first before we kill her. So if I were to read that scroll, would I see something illegal? She unfurls the scroll she took pains to hide from you, revealing a turn-of-the-century map of the tiers. Not according to the last Fate Binder I asked. It's not sage lore, if that's what you mean. Just an old turn-of-the-century map of the tiers. More curiosity than anything else. But this favored chap paid handsomely for one a year ago, so I've been trying to collect more of them. She looks at you with a nervous smile. Is there something I can do for you? Just what are you here to peddle? I used to specialize in written things, but the schools are gone, and so are most of my clients. These days, I mostly deal in wineskins, shoes, and lamp oil. Nothing glamorous, but what else do people need during times such as these? Did I turn that off? Let me see, make sure. Yes. Melita, I presume? You must be the peddler my friend mentioned. Ah, yes, that's me, but while I'm in town, Shansa will suffice. In my line of work, discretion is lesson number 1. Although it seems someone else failed in their discretion, else you wouldn't be here. Wagstaff sent me to find you. Did he now? I suppose he needs a reminder in our code of confidentiality. If I may ask, how and where did you run into Wagstaff? We shouldn't tell him, but we shouldn't tell her about old wars. We don't know if she... You gripe about confidentiality and then ask where he is? Come on. I can't fault me for trying. I need to find Foibe. Well, the fact that I know her, that's free. Current information costs extra, and information on friends costs extra. So this isn't the kind of question I'm comfortable answering. Oh, we got good favor in Lithian's Crossing. That's right, because we worked hard actually in this village. It's like the whole story of this game happens in this village. I can be trusted. Ask around town if you don't believe me. I can't buy grain with noble sentiments, but if a Fate Binder is asking, I can find it in me to be forthcoming. Foibe sends me the occasional missive. Last I heard from her, she's doubled back towards the burning library. She's got herself the dangerous notion that she can recover scripts from her old home, though I think she's avoiding the actual library, seeing as it's the epicenter of the devastation. Phlogiston? Foibe? Phlogiston? What's up with these names now? She mentioned a place called Phlogiston. I think she means the village that used to be called Babbling Springs before the war. out in the contested lands, and that's as much as I know about where to find her. If you can't find her there, maybe she's taking the chances at the library itself. That's all I need for now.
Sorry, can't. Can't do that.
I'm itching
Can't do
for a
that.
battle, though. Where is Floygaston? Oh, right here. Wow, past the burning library. I don't know how people are saying that this game is like short. Like, do they not read everything? Maybe that's it. They just look at the quest and then just get it done. Look at the quest, read a little bit, you know? Because it seems like this game is long. Oh, we've been here before. We killed somebody up here. We killed a disfavored up here. That's right. We killed them like mercilessly. It's like a barrack.
See that?
When all feeling leaves their extremities, a foe misjudging the weight of their sword or losing their balance presents a decisive advantage on the battlefield. Now, of course, use similar mixtures to offer the captives temporary relief, which only serves to prolong their torturous interrogation. Oh, that's more of a tanky. Oh.
Can't do that.
Put your hands on my waist. Oh shit. Do it softly. I can see in my head Fat Olsen marching out of that inferno, half his body crisp something. Crispy but olive and victorious. Bone Whittler is better cutter. Bone Whittler is winner. Wrong, both of you. You'll need smarts to brave that test, and only Gaptooth has that to spare. Sure, but you also need a quick blade and respect of your gang. Numbly's is strong overall. Needle, you can talk up that glorified camp slave all you want. It doesn't change the fact that he's the weakest pick. They're fighting. Rogwort. 4 chorus soldiers engage in animated debate, vociferous in their claims. Stow it, Skinner. The fact that you fantasize about what Gaptooth can do with her mouth doesn't mean that she'll win the game. Just that you desperately want her to. A little testy now, Ragwort. At least Gaptooth's a clever bitch. Why anyone would put rings on Fat Olston winning is beyond me. We all know the only tenderness you've ever known was when you were passed out cold and that Drunk wriggled on top of you. No need to take your frustration out on us. Fuck you, limp dick. I don't let anyone in my tent unless I want them there. Try it sometime and I'll. She pauses, noting your presence with a jerk of her head. Glare silently. A white-maned warrior spins around, gesturing to the others to stay put. Come closer, chum, the soldier calls out to you in an eager tone, twirling his axe energetically as he sizes you up. Well, fuck me, it's the fate binder. He plants the pommel of his weapon into the ground and gives the bladed end of a kiss. Not today, love, maybe later. Welcome to our little village friend. The corners of his upturned mouth are fixed, giving him the appearance of perpetual amusement. Sorry you've had to listen to this nonsense. I let these worms speak up more than they deserve. Rockwood gives the man a sour look. So what brings you to this shit stain of a village? Can you do it here? Not in the app. Okay. Who's in charge here? That would be the crass Kalia. She's the one always looking like she's having a shittier time than everyone else. Look for the blood chanter on the rooftop north of here. No doubt she's contemplating whether or not our problem can be solved with, oh, I don't know, fire. He rubs a burn scar on his neck. I'm only jesting. I respect her method. I mean, you don't give blades to a lunatic like me and expect diplomatic solutions, so the same goes for her. What's your role in the gang? I'm the fun one. There's joy to be found in Nerat's service. After all, he flicks the bloody lump off the edge of his axe. I'm also the gang's hunt master. By that he means he hunts people, animals too. If he's bored or we bitch about our empty bellies. All very true. I'm also Kalia's second in all but name, which means I have the pleasure of keeping these twits in line. Tell me about your gang. Kalia is the boss, and we're her gang. He gestures to a broad-shouldered woman with disheveled hair. This fair maiden here is ragwort. Sews up split flesh like a proper healer and manages to turn my catch into half-decent meals. Just keep your distance unless you want to gag on her stench. Stow it, Skinner. You'd be all over this if you could. She points to a few vitals dangling from her vitals dangling from her belt. Bombs don't smell nice, I won't lie, but they keep wounds from festering. Contusion, well, she took a forge-bound hammer to the skull and survived, though as they come, not as thirsty anymore. Well, point and yell at someone and she'll take the cue. Great gal. He tips his head towards the wiry man by her side. This cowardly pustules her mate, Needle Toe, master of the art of failed desertion. He runs really fucking fast, I'll give him that, but everyone has their place. He sees the contusion's needs, so that contusion can see our needs. Needle Toe's sullen expression confirms Skinner's description. Do you really need to tell that to everyone you meet? No, but I enjoy it. It makes me feel good. What are you arguing about? Word is the silent archive's no longer buried within the burning library. No doubt the censor's pleased, but that's hardly important. What's important is figuring out which of the censor's gangs got to it first. We've all got rings on different ones. My money's on Gaptooth, but we haven't received any updates yet. So gang bosses are now okay with wages on the silent archive? Did I say that? I definitely didn't say that. One of these idiots is going to lose, but nobody's obligated to pay up. We're the Horde. Pride is worth more than rings. He lowers his voice to a near whisper. We sometimes just measure that pride in rings. So do you know who got the archive? But then we don't get the subterfuge experience, though we don't lie. That's fucked up because telling the truth is not going to reward you with anything. But I noticed that a lot in this game. They really want you to do evil things, unsavory actions. We'll say gap tooth because of the funny thing that the lady said about gap tooth. But why would Numbly have such a high subterfuge requirement? We can't do the second option because we don't have that much subterfuge. We'll do 4, maybe Numbly. Motherless goat fucker. He pauses to compose himself before resuming his disconcerting smile. Not you, of course, Baitbinder. What? What did I pick? Not you, of course, Baitbinder. Listen, I have a small request. If you're game, what if you told everyone else that Gaptooth won? Wouldn't that be fun? I'll need a better reason than that to do this. For you, Fatebinder, I'm happy to donate 20% of the winnings for your use. Do we have a deal? 50% I'll collect in other ways. Hey, it's what I would have demanded too. Anything less and I would have been disappointed, Fatebinder. He tosses you a heavy pouch of jangling rings. Now, how about making those results official? Gaptooth was the victor. Ha ha, he spins around to taunt his comrades. Hear that? The Fatebinder's word is about as official as it gets. Gaptooth's the victor, so pay up. Pig shit. There's no way you can know that. I am full of pig shit, but this one came directly from the Fatebinder, not me. Skinner triumphantly round up his winnings from the other gang members. And then we kill him. Tell me about these captured sages. This ash pit isn't much of a village anymore, but old Crassy makes us take the detour through it every time we march out of the burning library. I thought it was a boring diversion until we ran into these sages. His lips parted slightly to reveal a grin. Some resisted, thankfully, and I got to play. Those bookworms fight better than you'd expect. He rubs heavily bruised rib, wincing in pain. Still, touch a blade to their skin and their eyes go wide. It's kind of precious to see. We're keeping the rest alive until we figure out what they're doing here. Learn anything from the sages? Oh, plenty, but nothing in the slightest way believable. Press a blade to a disfavored neck and he'll stare at you like he was dropped as a baby. Do the same to a sage and she'll fucking talk for minutes before you realize it's all Bella's whole spiel. Baby dropped. She looks concerned and steps forward, scanning the ground for something. Contusion, not now. Needle nose gently but firmly pulls her back. Nothing to worry about, girl. Skinner shoos the confused woman away with a wave of his hand. Anyway, the boss is being careful about this one. She's got her methods. He pats a row of short, sharp-edged knives along his belt. And I've got mine. She'll have need for them eventually. I'm here for a sage named Foib. You could be in luck. We've captured a few that were lurking in the area, but I didn't pay attention to their names. When you're trying to interrogate them, details like that feel so secondary. You should talk to the boss about them. Any plans to release the sages? Fatebinder, why would we do that? You're obviously not chummy with those sniffing ironclads. Would you let one of them stroll into Vendrian's well and let her go? For once we agree. She swats away a flying beetle with her dagger, clipping its wings and sending it plummeting. Dang. Nothing makes a sage wetter than the idea of recovering knowledge in the library ruins. She may know how to navigate it or have secrets about the silent archive. I'll be going now. Let's talk to the sage.
Right.
A tall, heavily scarred blood chanter thrusts a disapproving finger towards a group of horsemen loudly arguing amongst themselves. Hurry the shut up, mooks. One's rancid member brings his scouts back. We're moving on. We're moving on out of this dung heap. We're done here. She hears your approach and turns around, panting slightly from exertion. Kairos' fetid merkin, a fate binder out here of all places. She winces briefly, patting a tightly wound bandage covering her ribs. You're late. I could have used a fate binder at touch. We've been interrogating these sages, but now with the silent archive recovered, they're useless. So what do you want? What were the sages doing here when you found them? Hardly matters now. There's not much to be found in this ash-heap countryside, so they were probably trying to find a way into the burning library. Now that the silent archives have been found, there's nothing left for them to steal. She jerks her head towards a nearby rooftop. I told them, those asswives though. I told those asswives too. The look in their eyes said it all. Made the whole damn week here worth it. Alright, let's not kill them first. Are we able to talk to them? That's what I want to know. Yeah, we were. We are able to. Okay. So we hold off the killing. Get the medicine I need. Alright. Give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. Another interrogation. Injured and restrained, the middle-aged woman manages a weak smile between swollen and blood-caked lips. Though cuts and burns run the length of her body, her quiet composure grants her a surprising measure of dignity. Apologies if I'm running short on screams, she chuckles, wincing from some unknown pain. Ah, Sage Void. You're looking like you're staying active. Oh, for the love of... Why am I not surprised to see the Overlord's most loyal fanatic on the side of my captors? Glare silently. Oh yeah, we're supposed to kill her, that's right. Marching to Kairos' drumbeat already. Was this the arrangement? You preach surrender to the sages and Kairos' minions treat you like a kept pet? Striker, show some respect when you speak of Sage Landry. Landry got a nice body though. That's the funny thing about him. He's old. That body is nice. But yeah, oh, the beard and just disgusting. Maybe he just needs a shave or something. Maybe he's cute if he shaves. Enough of that. You do well to listen to the Fatebinder and obey. I doubt you believe me, but I don't want you to suffer more than you already have. No matter how many times I try to divulge all that I know, you all seem to think I'm hiding more. So be it. We'll play this little game once more. Ask your questions. Allow you to release you from your suffering. Answer my questions, then we'll discuss your fate. I don't suppose you'll be setting me free if I answer your questions. She strains to hold her head up high, cracking the slightest of smiles. That depends on your cooperation. I suppose I'm in no position to decline. It is the worst thing. You know, you make these people do stuff, reveal information, and you still kill them. What are you doing here? Foraging, trying to find food to survive. Ever since the Edict of Fire, I've been homeless and nomadic. Yet I can bring myself to wander too far from the burning light. I can't bring myself to wander too far from the burning library. It still feels like the center of Tyranny to me. Why do you come to this ruined village specifically? I was not the only sage to escape the Edict of Fire, and many carried scrolls and tomes as they fled the destruction. It won't bring back the school, but it brings me solace to gather up the remnants that I can. I know some survivors passed through this village. It seemed plausible they would stash something here, so I stopped to investigate, and then the chorus found me, and the beatings began. Striker, lying by omission will get you nowhere. With a stiff backhand, you strike the side of her head and she winces at the impact. You think I haven't suffered worse already? Strike her again. You smash your fist against her mouth, snapping her head backwards. Enough, no more. I'll speak if that stays your hand. The truth is, I stashed some old writings in this village years before the war. I came back to recover the text, but someone beat me to it. Hey, sweetheart. I thought you could wait another 15 minutes. I guess not, huh? No? Do you need to go pee-pee? Okay. Alright, let's go pee-pee. So my stash was already looted, and to add insult to injury, these coarse goons found me. My peers. She gestures toward the other stages. All suffered because I insisted on gathering up old things. A foolish error. What sort of text were you here to recover? Just poetry and almanac, sentimental stuff. I can't imagine such things would interest you. Do you need to go boo boo now? Oh, Lord. It never ends. Hmm. Let me take care of that real quick. You're lying. I was hoping to hear that you had hidden away some research to some rogue archon known only to the Tearsman. Let's do that. Her eyes light up at your comment. Well, not an unknown archon, but she bows her head and falls silent. Punch her. Reeling from your strike, Foy stammers an apology. Sorry, no more, please. Though my work was in the earlier stages, I was exploring an adaptation of sorts of old typecaster magic. I was working with an expression that allowed earth and alloys to be made liquid, then back into solid. I thought this aqueous metallurgy, as I called it, would change the world of artifice as we know it. But all I've done with magic is ruin perfectly good trinkets. I fear this magic is doomed to be little more than a novelty. It was here in this village, but someone found it before she clears her throat. No more playing coy. It's still here, How about this? If you kill my captors and swear by Kairos that I walk out of here alive, I'll tell you where it's hidden. You expect me to kill my own allies? Or convince them to let me go, but I think we both know brutes listen only to violence. Of late, they seem to be amused with wagering on events in the burning library. I'm sure you could get them fighting if you put your mind to it. So that's the only way I can get this. I'm not sure they'll kill each other over this little bet of theirs. Then, short of killing them, maybe haggle with Kraskalia. She's the closest thing to authority figure in this motley. Now, the problem with this is, of course, I still want to kill her. You know, you don't have You don't have total freedom here. It's like you can only do one. You can only get one thing or the other. Can I trick her into thinking I'm going to let her live, get the knowledge, get the book that the whatever sigil, whatever that we're gonna get from her, and then kill her? Swear by Kairos that I shall leave this place alive. Or you will have naught by silence from me. We can swear by Kairos and then still kill her though, right? You're in no position to make demands. I'll help you, you help me. End of story. Wait, what? Then we're done. What? Come back later. I might be a corpse by the time you get back, but I'll be here. What? You again. She cranes her head upward and awaits your question with belabored breath. Tell me about this aqueous metallurgy of yours. She averts her gaze. Oh, just some refinements to existing theories of water magic. Revelatory in the academician sense. Meaningless to a adventuresome, practical sort like you. I just want to hit her continuously. But we'll do lore. So did you stumble upon some undiscovered accent or some new arcane power? I assure you, such matters are not beneath me. I can't help you. The writings weren't where they were supposed to be, and I couldn't rewrite it from memory. The knowledge is as good as gone. I tire of these non-answers. You smash your fist against her mouth, snapping her head backwards. Enough, no more. I'll speak if it stays your hand. Though my work was in the early stages, I was exploring an adaptation. Okay, so we're back to that. I'm not going to tell her about Wagstaff, then she's not going to give me what I need from her. I'll free you if you give me your writings on aqueous metallurgy. How about this? If you kill my captors and swear by Kairos that I walk out of here, I'll tell you where it's hidden. Why does it have to be that? Why do I have to swear by Kairos? I don't want to do that. Even though you can't, I mean, Kairos is not going to know. Consider them dead. Swear by Kairos that I shall leave this place or you will have naught by silence from me. Are you serious? This is difficult. This decision is very difficult. Because I want to kill her. This is difficult. Okay, I swear by Kairos, bitch. Barrack quickly turns to face you but says nothing. Barrack was like, You actually did that? An acceptable arrangement for both of us then. You'll have what you want upon your return. Shit. We'll just have to either lie using Kairos' name, or we're gonna lie to the Tidecaster back at Bastard's Wound.
Heads up.
What are you doing, Lantry? Thank you. Lantry using that lightning magic. Yeah, we just got from. Oh shit. Somebody heal Barrack. Thank you. Barrack, please. What is that light armor?
Right.
Ooh. Now tell me before I kill you. You're back. Have you managed to secure our freedom? I need to ask you some questions first. She cranes her head upward. I've decided not to kill you, but if I say that... Hold on. I thought you were just gonna tell me where it's at. Then you're going to help me. She visibly relaxes, loosening her rigid posture. You can... I'll free you if you give me your writings on Accurus metallurgy. It was here in the village or someone found it. No more playing. Okay, yeah, it's still here. How about this? If you kill my captors... I already did that! Wait, is there more? Oh, there are more of them.
Will do.
I think over here. That's right. That's why. There we go. Chorus and no more. The sage looks momentarily dazed. I can scarcely believe this, Fatebinder, that we could ever be free of the chorus, and that you would ever help us. As far as I'm concerned, they're both minor miracles. Thank you. Thank you for my life, though feel free to spread the word that I'm a corpse. Life might be easier that way. As for my writings, they're in Smash Chester Southwest, hidden between a burnt tree and the carcass of a wagon. She slowly picks herself up and readying herself for the long march onwards. Safe travels. See, we can't even just kill her after she tells us about... I don't like that. We can have both.
Will do.
We can have both. Southwest. Oh. This must be it. This book contains extensive amount of information regarding how to mix forge-bound and typecaster magic together in beneficial ways. Tome of Aqueous Metallurgy. Can we use it? So now we have to lie to that guy. Telling them she's dead.
Sorry, can't.
Is there another quest that we can take care of over? Trials of the Archon. Oh, we also need to go back to a voice in Iran. Yeah, while we're here, I think we should go see the voices. Where is he at? Cacophony, right? As you pick your way through craggy, blasted hills peppered with the charred remnants of trees, the weak breeze carries to your ears distant muted shouts from somewhere to the east. A tame subterfuge. You crest a rise, keeping low to the blackened soil, and see below you three groups locked in argument, heated words interrupting on all sides. Bright red paint slathered over shoddy leathers identify a small gang of chorusmen. Violent capes cling to ironclad members of a disfavored squad, and quills and scrolls hang from the dusty clothing of a trio of sages. Weapons have been drawn, and the members of each group gesture wildly. They have not yet spotted you, distracted as they are with their own argument. Listen to the argument. You hang back and try to pick out strands of meaning from the chaotic shouts. It quickly becomes clear that the fight is mostly between Cora's gang leader and her counterpart among the disfavored. The two are fighting over who gets to take the three sages' custody. The lead sage, however, interjects half-heartedly to object, claiming that her people won't be taken alive. You notice the sage's bags bulge with parchment. Given your proximity to the ruins of the burning library, there's every possibility these sages carry arcane writings rescued from the sage's former stronghold. Join the argument. The conversation gutters as you approach the armed men and women. What the fuck do you want? The chorus gang leader growls. Fool, the disfavored sergeant barks. This is the fate binder of the mountain spire. He turns to you. his gauntlet rapping against his breastplate in salute. Will you settle this, sworn vassal of the adjudicator? I thought this favor don't like me though. Because I betrayed Graven Ash. Dang. The three groups look at you expectantly. The chorus gang leader, a stout woman in ragged leather and hide, rests her hands on pommels of her bronze blades. The disfavored commander, compactly muscled under his heavy iron armor, has shield and blade at the ready. The apparent spokeswoman of the sages, a short woman in blue scribe's clothes, glares openly, chin raised slightly as if she hopes to ward off Kairos' troops through the weight of her disdain. The chorus woman's mouth splits into a wide grin. So this is the vaunted Fatebinder, hero of the Ascension Hall. She laughs at the disfavored. You all are screwed now, boys. Hand over the sages and be on our merry way. I like athletics. Voices in the Rock claims this territory, making the sages part of the chorus jurisdiction. Kairos' law is clear on this matter, or do you dispute the Overlord, Commander? You're shitting me, right? These are the contested lands. Contested is right there in the name. Feeling a bit less contested these days, ain't it?
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
If that's the Fatefinder's ruling, the commander looks to his troop. Move out. Nice. Run back to Pappy's skirts, Bucklehead. The chorus leader grins happily as the disfavored trudge away. Thanks, Binder. Shit could have gone sideways if you hadn't showed up. We'll make sure the Archon knows you had a hand in getting him these sages. Fucking great. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I want to make sure I have Voices of Ages. Okay. The voices in the rod regards you with an unreadable expression. Death surrounds us, but it would be useless to avoid inevitability. That is a lesson Graven Ash and his fast-clotting army will never understand as they scramble to avoid the grave. Welcome back, Fatefinder. What do you need to know? We're dizzy with answers. Ready to report on my activities? Your success at Lethian's Crossing was a work of brilliance. The Forge-bound Master is in our hands, and the secret of a craft within reach. Soon our howling masses will shirk their bronze sticks and take up unforgiving iron. Where is she? Did they already kill her? Your work in Lithian's Crossing has made us strong. We can feel it. Soon enough, every corner of the tiers will be draped in red. Another matter has come to our attention, which will speed the process to the only inevitable end. What has become of Zendaya? A talent without equal, her craft, her expertise. Why is she on a spike? Where is she? Her craft, her activities, her professionalism, any single one of her regal qualities could win us this war. With her on the side, we're unstoppable. Wouldn't the Forge-bound Master have been more useful if she were alive? One can never tell with such things. In life, the Forge Master created items of extraordinary value. In death, her knowledge lives on, gathering potential like an avalanche. One could argue that she serves the Scarlet Chorus better from the grave, or her present vantage anyway. Is that your way of saying she flatly refused to serve you in life and mocked you with her last words? Ah yes, they were harsh invectives. A hammer was lobbed in my direction. Her desperate flailing was intoxicating. Then why is she on a spike? We can't fathom your meaning. Fatebinder, of what spike do you speak? Why would we ever... oh, you mean that spike? Is that her? No, that's the censor, right? Where is she? I need to find her. As sorrowful as it makes us, even a fire as brilliant as Forge Masters must be extinguished in its time. Her greatest work was behind her, but ours lies ahead. She will be missed, the dear, promising thing. Tell me how she met her end. We engaged the Forge-bound Master in discourse for some time, learning what we could about the secret of iron in the most amiable terms. Ever the artist, she grew withdrawn and taciturn. We were forced to adopt more aggressive measures to wrest the knowledge from her swirling matter. To our greatest delight, she proved amenable to sharing herself with us, laying her every secret bare for scrutiny. We must take time to contemplate the secret of iron, but rest assured, it is ours, and we are stronger for it. You tortured her. You take such a severe and judgmental tone, Fatebinder. We can see why you are Tunon's favorite. Worry about the campaign and your assignments. Whatever happens behind the flap of our war tent is our affair. The time has come to handle matters in our home region. As you have no doubt noticed, the Edict of Stone has wreaked havoc on these once fertile lands. Our Scarlet Chorus recruits return from the war hungry for provisions, but we have none to offer while the lands that thus blighted. The Archon Cairn lies in the Stone Sea, clinging to life with both of his petrified claws. If he would simply allow death to take him, the edict would be resolved and our troubles at an end. Kill the incompetent fossil however you can. He is flanked by adoring Earthshaker mages, but they should prove no challenge to the likes of you. Find our agent, Misery, in the ruined city of Halfgate. She will instruct you further. She has disappointed us to no end with her performance in the region so far. If you cannot squeeze some usefulness out of her, then I'm afraid her time in the choir has come to an end. How is Cairn able to endure the Edict of Stone? Cairn is hardly the deadliest Archon ever to walk Teratus, but he's certainly one of the toughest. His refusal to die even in the face of Kairos' magic is an impressive display of defiance, but an utterly futile one. And he clings to life by a mere thread, unable to move, unable to speak. Truly a sad state that only a traitor deserves. Killing him would be a true act of mercy, a good deed for the weak. Have I sent you anyone who didn't end up on a pike or missing? What a ridiculous question, Fatebinder. We're horrified that you would even ask. Audacity doesn't suit you at all. The flames about his collar form a sharp angles, and he says nothing more. Tell me about the stone sea. Our wretched little home was once the bread basket of the realm. These days it is pitted and treacherous catastrophe waiting to happen. An improvement, we think, but hardly a convenient one. A tribe of beastmen roam these lands, unshackled from the bonds of their human masters. These days they have no love for our kind, so take care. What tribe of beastmen? They call themselves stone stalkers, strong, willful, and reeking of sex. We can't help but adore the creatures. We longed for an opportunity to learn from one of their mightiest specimens. We had in mind their prima, a fearsome mystic known as Hundred Blood. Tell me about the Edict of Stone. Kairos brought down the edict to execute the rebellious, misguided Archon. It would seem Cairn is just tough enough to endure the torment of the edict, but only barely. And while the Archon persists in surviving, the edict ruins the land. If Cairn were to be put out of his misery, the Edict of Stone should subside. We could then set our serfs to toil and grew a bounty to feed our ever-growing chorus. Don't forget to bring us a souvenir of your travels. Cacophony has its charm, but we're always seeking outside amusements. Now we got a missive from Tunon. We got two missives from Tunon. Voices Narad is executing a lot of people I send this way. So what do you want me to do about it? Tell him to stop? The Voices does what he wants, and it's not healthy to get in his way. She huffs and shakes her head. I suggest you keep a low profile and follow your orders, because doing anything else can only land you on a pike next to those other rotters, eh? Why does he do it? I'm sorry. Do I strike you as someone who likes getting to the bottom of things? Have I ever given you the impression that I want to know my boss better? She lowers her voice and glances around. I don't know why he does it, only that it's been happening for a long time. Longer by far than I've been in the Scarlet Chorus. You're shepherding these people to him. Why don't you tell me? They've all been remarkable in some way, strong leaders. You're right. He must be getting something out of them and then that we're not seeing. But why kill them afterward? Whatever he learns, maybe he doesn't want to share. That sounds likely to me. The fewer people know something, the more valuable it becomes. He's the Archon of Secrets after all. If what you're saying is right, you should avoid learning anything the Voices doesn't already know. It can only get you in trouble. Do you need help with anything? I might have something for you. You see, settling the matter of Forge-bound Master may have solved our problems with Wythe the Forge-bound in the long run. But trading these grunts to smelt the kind of iron the Forge-bound can will take months. Excuse me. She looks off in thought for a moment before a smile creeps across her face. If we could find someone in the guild that could be somebody was tired when they're editing these. If we could find someone in the guild that could be persuaded to shift their focus towards more chorus interests, we may finally rob the disfavored one of their prized assets. The new leader of the guild is Lahora. I believe she's overseeing the smithing efforts. From what Harshian has told us, she might be a tough one to crack. However, if she's inclined to feel sympathetic to the cause, then don't hesitate to invite her to the fold. I will seek out Lahora. Good. We're again first and the army second. That means we need friends out in the field. If Lahora fails to see that an alliance would benefit us both, then don't hesitate to find someone else sympathetic who might be looking for a promotion in the guild or Lahora's assistant. Tell me about Harshian Bronze. Don't let that merchant's humble cloth fool you. He's as much influence as the next Crimson Spear, one who has the ear of the Voices in the Rod, no less. If you ask me, he's a tool that's begun to rust. No one with that much sway with the Archon should be trusted for very long. If you find yourself in Lethian's Crossing, speak with him and see if he'll break if you apply a bit of pressure. I'm not as confident as I ought to be about where he stands with the Scarlet Chorus these days. She shrugs. Who knows? I could be wrong. I'll speak to him. Good, and don't be shy to handle a job yourself if you find him lacking the loyalty necessary for his status. She bites her thumb and shrugs. Standard procedure. I have a question about my mission in the Stone Sea. Okay, so this is a lot. I think I'm going to stop here, though. And then let's just finish this then. Go ahead and ask. Thanks to the edict, the Stone Sea shakes worse than Tunon banging his gavel. The local beastmen don't seem to mind, but getting a good night's sleep is easier said than done. Tell me about the Edict of Stone. I can only tell you what I know. Kairos cast the Edict of Stone to kill the rebellious Archon Cairn. He's still out there in the wilderness, clinging to life somehow. She shrugs. Archons. His death throes and the Edict's power have changed the land, as you can see. I'm curious about this Stone Sea. This used to be a realm of Azure, but the name doesn't suit it any longer. Only pockets of the Stone Sea are still habitable, and even if it's mostly by beastmen. Halfgate is the last human settlement that I know of, aside from Cacophony. Still can't believe the town survived the third year of the war. I think I already talked to him about these things. Many of them are former slaves whose masters fled or died during the war. As you can imagine, they have no love lost for humanity. The closest because at the beginning when we had to decide between the two missions, I think I read all of these already. Because it seems like even though you have already read these, well, when you were trying to decide which mission to take care of, the game thinks that you haven't accessed this before. Closest usually we get the conscripting them is offering assurances they'll have the opportunity to kill more humans. She smiles. They may be as dumb as rocks, but they recognize a good arrangement. Have I sent anyone to the voices in the right that didn't end up on the spike or missing? I already talked about that. She scrutinizes you for a long moment, then sighs. To your question, a question. Do I go around asking the Archon of Secrets dumb questions? And if I did, would any of the answers be remotely satisfying? She looks at you with meaning and waits. If the answer to either of those was no, then don't bother asking me. Alright, good luck at the Stone Sea. Don't keep the voices waiting too long. Alright, so secret contracts. We're getting a lot more quests now. Who is that? Zendaya? That's Zendaya? She doesn't even... What the... Oh god. It went through like... Oh wow. She's all splayed on the ground and... Oh. Zendaya's body is difficult to recognize. A patchwork of puncture wounds, gashes, dust, and dried blood. The famously defiant master of the forge clearly refused to accept her fate without a titanic struggle. Poor Zendaya. See, that's what happens when you get miscasted in a movie. Alright, we'll stop here.